freedom through war, complete war. So that's the area I want you to expatiate on.
Now, if you had seen the way some of those nations, get their nations out of the mother nation, it happened like this. Used to be the capital of Yoruba nation. All right, this is where Babawolo started, in Ibadan here. But there are so many things that are wrong with their move that cannot be justified. Like the former spokesperson of Ilana Omo, that's Mr. Femi Adeyemi Adeleye, was created by Omo Odua, had been on, and their move is an ideologist move, and that is the way you get a nation, out of a nation. It said suddenly, Baba came with this woman, Dupeoni Tiri Abiola. She was actually the one that came forth after after what happened in Ibadan, a particular department in the Ilana Omo, group, and the spokesperson said some of them felt that this is not actually right. What Dupe told them was that he has liaised with United Nations, and she said United Nations said if she can get a signature of 5 million Yoruba people electronically, then Yoruba nation will be declared. And that was, I believe, the reason why she came online to say that we actually gotten signature of 5 million people from Yoruba, from the Yorubas, and but as the United Nations come up to declare a Yoruba nation, she said she has the backings of BCOS, United Nations, African Union, European Union, and United Nations. But since this happened, has any one of those groups come up to
endorse
give any backing to endorse it? No. So it was practically wrong. The move was wrong. It is not wrong for a particular people to ask to be, in many African nations, and some of them have gotten their nation, but this is not the way it was carried out. And one thing that I believe will happen at the end of this is that, because I know that arresting them is not just the end of it. We're getting to know the root of all this. We have so many problems. Yoruba nation group have come to dissociate themselves from it. Even prophets like Akintoye, Sunday ago, they have come to dissociate themselves for this, because it has to be an ideologist move. This is raising a weapon against a nation. It is not tolerated. This is felony, and that's what they're charged for.
Okay, so these people, for them to have gathered, reinforced from a point, take on the weapon, and mobilize to the state secretariat, they must have been gathering somewhere.
Yeah.
They must have been meeting somewhere. Is it that our intelligence gathering isn't utilized as it should? Is it that the people, Nigerians, are not asked there was an attack on the state secretariat?
I also believe that this is going to be a wake-up call for our government and our security apparatus in this nation. Yes, they must have been gathering in some way to meet. What happens to our communal watch? There was a house somewhere in the southwest of southwest local government of Ibadan, where that house, that was where they meet, that was where they kept some of their weapons. What happens to the landlord association of the area? Carrying things inside and coming out, and nobody, for the support of the people when it comes to the fight against insecurity.
When you see something, say something.
Yes, what's the role of the people? What you say, you say. All right, when you see something, you say something. So I believe that people have not been talking, and so we have to see equipment, these gadgets, the furnitures, all of them were labeled, Odua Nation, Odua. How did they beat the the customs, the immigrations at the borders, to be able to bring all these illegal weapons instead. So many of them, the foreign nations' military military uniforms. So many hundreds of them. How did they come? How did they come in? This, I believe, is a wake-up call to the government of this nation. We've always been talking about the porosity of our borders. We've always been talking about the lack of adequate information gathering, intelligence gathering in this nation. And as long as we don't wake up, especially regarding intelligence gathering, our approach to fighting insecurity will always be medicine after death, and that is what is happening. There are agencies that are saddled with responsibility of getting intelligence for us. Are they actually working? I don't think they are working. Nigerians believe they are not working.
All right, we'll go on a quick commercial break. When we're back, we'll discuss more. Please stay tuned.
lọ pẹ̀lú ojúlówó.
ohun ayé láti sè mo ti gba ti Tasty Cubes chicken flavour lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. tó bá jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ má jáfara o sáré lọ ra Tasty Cubes chicken flavour tiẹ̀ lónìí láti máa gain flavour. ó wà lọ́lọ́gọ́rùn-ún gíráàmù ọlọ́gọ́rùn-ún mẹ́rin gíráàmù àti ọlọ́gọ́rùn-ún mẹ́fà gíráàmù ó tún wà níyẹ̀ fún.
ìyàwó níbo ló ti ń bọ̀ nínú oòrùn yìí.
mo lọ sí ìpàdé aláboyún ni.
inú mi dùn wípé o ò fi ọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ mú ìpàdé aláboyún.
ẹ ṣeun.
ó ṣe pàtàkì fún ọmọ tó wà nínú ẹ̀.
òótọ́ lẹ sọ abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára tí mo gbà lónìí yóò dáàbò bo èmi àti ọmọ inú mi.
ó ga ọ ìwọ náà tún gba abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni o kódà méjì ni mo gbà ti kòró àti ti àrùn ipá tí yóò dáàbò bo èmi àtọmọ inú mi. ní báyìí mo ti mọ̀ wípé abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára tó wà fún ọmọdé yàtọ̀ sí ti aláboyún gbogbo wọn pátá ni kò sì léwu.
ó dá o ṣáà rí dájú pé òun sinmi dáadáa nítorí ìwọ àtọmọnú ẹ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ nílò nìyẹn o.
èmi náà mọ̀ baba landlord ní tèmi o màá tẹ̀lé ẹni tó mọ̀nà.
ó yẹ kí aláboyún gba abẹ́rẹ́ àjẹsára kòró àti àrùn ipá láti dáàbò bò wọ́n àti oyún inú wọn lọ́wọ́ àwọn àrùn wọ̀nyí. lọ sí iléeṣẹ́ ètò ìlera tàbí kí o pe 7722 fún àlàyé kíkún.
The future belongs to the dreamers, the doers, to those who are not afraid to explore endless opportunities. No matter what your dreams are, you can achieve it. And Top Tea will be with you every step of the way. Start your day with a flavorful cup of Top Tea. You for more. Find your inspiration. Top Tea. Ground bags of flavor.
All right, it's still Breakfast Fiesta live on Oluyole 98.5 FM. Yes, we have our guest, Dr. Adekunle Okunla, security expert. Dr. Okunla, you made mention of how the attack was coordinated, unleashed, without being detected initially. We only saw the response. Could it be that there was a sort of subtle belief or alliance amongst the people? You know, sometimes when certain things thrives, there could be that connivance or acceptance from the people. Is it that they were tolerated because they were speaking the collective to that? Is this ideology somehow collective? Is it gaining momentum? Can we say the vast majority of Yoruba people aligns with that ideology of secession at this time?
Thank you very much. If you So if you ask 10 Yoruba person, will you want a Yoruba nation? I believe 6, if not 7 of them will agree to it. So it's an ideology that is gaining attention to. They need to pay attention to it. So, but that does not give a justification for what happened on the 13th of April at the Secretariat. You cannot raise a weapon against a nation. It will be termed, a felony, and you are going to be arrested and prosecuted for felony. There is a way you go about this. It is not through raising a weapon, against a nation.
Considering how these people, the effrontery displayed, the courage displayed by them, maybe a negative one, state of power, did all that, made pronouncement and proclamation online, and they have their names attached to some of these statements. You talk of those also claiming that they have international support. Could there be a sort of international politics being played out here, or some powerful, influential people in the diaspora?
Factors out. All right, there are people in the diaspora that are heavily funding, this move, and there are, I believe there will be backings of the international community also. I've forgotten the time that these videos surfaced on the Facebook. Okay, the headquarters of the United Nations at Geneva. Somebody actually went there, and in front of the building, you have all the nations of the world with the names there. And this person actually pointed us to a place where Yoruba Nation is listed. That means that some people have gone to register Yoruba Nation as a nation, and probably the United Nations is asking them to work towards. And when you listen to what Dupe Onitiri Abiola said, she said that she has a mandate from the United Nations, to raise a signatory of 5 million people. And once that is done, United Nations will declare a Yoruba. Not difficult to get anyway, But when you look at some of those people, especially those that were arrested, you would discover that some of them have been brainwashed. Some of them have actually been brainwashed. There was a 70-year-old man, and what they told them that the moment they get Yoruba Nation, that things will be, things will be good for them, that life will be that there is no going back. There is no going back because they have the backings of international communities, and even after use the word brainwash, because it's more than brainwash. These are people actually believe in what in the mission, in the cause. They believe in the mission, and they are. Do you know what it means to put on a military uniform, camouflage, and wipe out hosting the flag of Odua Nation? It's a lot of courage. It's a lot of courage, but
maybe a senseless courage.
A senseless courage.
In terms of firing power, can theirs match with that of the established security operatives in the country?
It happened. Now they actually engaged the military in a gun duel, but the military of option that is wrongly asserted, is wrongly asserted, in as much as we want to appreciate their courage, because when I saw the video, I was like, how on earth do you think this will happen? Even if you get hold of Oyo State, what of other states? Don't you think that the government of Nigeria, will raise its military to fight? Do you actually have that manpower and to face Nigerian?
Perhaps they were on a suicide mission, considering what you've just said.
I think so, because it doesn't really make sense. What they did does not. How many are they that you say you want to get Yoruba Nation? Dupe Onitiri came up and said that we've written to the president, we've written to all the Southwest governor that this is the time that we want to take this. But it's actually senseless. It doesn't really make any sense. In the recent, it doesn't really make sense, because how do you think it will work out? So it's a courage that is directed in the wrong direction, and I believe that they're going to be thoroughly punished for it. And I believe also that Onitiri Abiola is going to be arrested. It's quite unfortunate that this woman is a widow of a man that used his last blood to fight for democracy in Nigeria. The man that even a public holiday was given in his honor in Nigeria, and now the widow is doing this.
Onitiri Abiola said that she is claiming that we've seen all manner of reports and contrary suggestion or statements that she doesn't belong to that Abiola family, late MK Abiola family.
Even the Abiola family has come out to denounce her anyway, but she still bears the name
Abiola.
But I think that she is, or she was, one of his father's women, but
Yes.
not one of the official wives.
But she bears the name. She bears the name. Okay? The family has denounced her, Odua, People's Group, then Ilano, all of them, they have denounced her. Professor Akintoye have denounced her, and Sunday Igboho did, But the former spokesperson of Odua Nation actually said that it was Professor Akintoye that brought her in.
All right, you talk of certain characters, but
Yes.
it appears that all of them, they are acting from the diaspora. They are not within the country.
They are not within the country. Most of these people that are sponsoring these agitations, they are not within the country. All right, they just brainwash some people, and they fund them, and they ask them to move. So there's a lot of brainwash happening here, and government must look into some of those factors that I've looked into. People are unemployed, people are hungry, poverty is rising, and it's so easy for an hungry person to be manipulated into all this. But if you are gainfully employed, it's not that easy for you to be brainwashed into doing something like this. You want to think. All right, so government must look into this as well.
Okay.
It should be a wake-up call to the government as well.
Okay. The program is to Breakfast Fiesta. Oluyole 98.5 FM Ibadan is the station. We'll be taking a break to bring you the news and Irui, and this discourse will continue right after that. Stay with us.
You're about to listen to the hottest sound. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 98.5 FM. Ibadan. You're listening to the urban frequency.
It's
The news.
Good morning. The news on the hour. The Nigeria Labour Congress has given strong indications that it would press for the inclusion of a clause which would prescribe sanctions for governors and local government administrators who fail to implement the new minimum wage. The National Treasurer of the NLC, Hakeem Ambali, will disclose this in an interview with our correspondents in the lack of pure member committee set up by the federal government from the 6 zones of the country. It will be recalled that President Bola Tinubu, through his Vice President Kashim Shettima, had on the 30th January 2024 inaugurated the 37-member panel on the new minimum wage. A pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, RCC Commissioner for Information, Prince Dotun Oyelade, it was earlier reported that the pastor and few others were kidnapped at the Maya axis of Lalate Erua Road in Oyo State. According to him, the government has been in close contact with the State Commissioner of Police, Bola Hamzat, his team and other security agencies since the incident was reported. The commissioner assured the residents that the state government is monitoring and gauging the security situations within its boundary efficiently. He further reiterated that Oyo State remains the most peaceful state in the Federation. And that was the news on the hour. Thank you for listening. Good morning.
Ẹ káàárọ̀, ìròyìn ní ṣókí. Ẹgbẹ́ òṣìṣẹ́ nílẹ̀ NLC ní òun yóò gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti rí dájú wípé ìjìyà tó tọ́ wà fún àwọn gómìnà àti àwọn alákòóso ìjọba ìbílẹ̀ tó bá kùnà láti san owó oṣù tuntun tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ ń gbèrò fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ lábẹ́ òfin. Akápò ẹgbẹ́ náà Hakeem Ambali tó ṣiṣọ́ lójú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí lásìkò ìfọ̀rọ̀wérọ̀ pẹ̀lú àwọn akọ̀ròyìn nílùú Àbújá ṣe àlàyé pé bí àwọn gómìnà kò ṣe san owó oṣù tuntun fún òṣìṣẹ́ tó kéré jù kò sẹ́yìn bí kò ṣe sí òfin tó pọn ní dandan fún wọn nínú òfin tó wà fún àwọn òṣìṣẹ́ tọdún 2019 láti ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ó ṣe àlàyé pé ìgbìmọ̀ ẹlẹ́ni mẹ́tàdínlógójì tí ìjọba àpapọ̀ gbé kalẹ̀ yóò ṣe ìpàdé lọ́sẹ̀ yìí láti jíròrò lórí àbá tí àwọn ìgbìmọ̀ tẹ̀ kó tó láwọn ẹkùn mẹ́fà tó ń bẹ nílẹ̀ yìí gbé wá. A ó rántí pé ààrẹ Bọ́lá Tinubu ti kéde wípé ìgbìmọ̀ tí yóò rí sí sísan owó oṣù tuntun fún òṣìṣẹ́ ọba tó kéré jù nílẹ̀ yìí gbọ́dọ̀ mú iṣẹ́ ṣe láti rí wípé èròǹgbà wọn jọ. Àlùfáà ìjọ The Redeemed Christian Church of God olùṣọ́ àgùntàn Olúgbénga Ọláwóore tí ìròyìn nípa bí wọ́n ṣe jí gbé gba ilẹ̀ kan láàárọ̀ ìjẹta ti rí ìdáǹdè gbà. Kọmíṣánná fẹ́tọ̀ ìròyìn ní ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ Ọmọọba Dọ̀tun Yínládé ló kéde ìròyìn ayọ̀ yìí. Ìròyìn fi yé wa pé àlùfáà Ọláwóore àtàwọn èrò ọkọ̀ mìíràn ni wọ́n jí gbé lágbègbè Màyà ní ìlú Làǹlátẹ̀ lójú ọ̀nà Èrúwà ní ìpínlẹ̀ yìí. Gẹ́gẹ́ bó ṣe wí, láti ìgbà tí ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ yìí ti wáyé ní ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ti ń bá kọmíṣánná ọlọ́pàá Bọ́lá Hamzat tó fi mọ́ àwọn ikọ̀ rẹ̀ àtàwọn ikọ̀ aláàbò míì sọ̀rọ̀. Kọmíṣánná wa fi dá àwọn aráàlú lójú pé ìjọba ìpínlẹ̀ Ọ̀yọ́ ń tọpinpin ètò ààbò àwọn ẹnubodè rẹ̀ bó ṣe yẹ, tó sì tún tẹnumọ́ pé ìpínlẹ̀ yìí wà lára àwọn ìpínlẹ̀ tí àlàáfíà ti ń jọba nílẹ̀ yìí. Ìròyìn ní ṣókí wa fún ti wákàtí yìí kò ní jù báyìí lọ, ẹ máa yáṣẹ́.
Educative and quality information. Brighten up your day in so many ways. Tune to 98.5. Oluyole 98.5 FM. 98.5 Oluyole 98.5 FM.
From the city of Ibadan, the home of ancient warlords, in the Pacesetter state, this is Oluyole FM 98.5 Ibadan.
You're welcome back. The program is still Breakfast Fiesta on Oluyole 98.5 FM Ibadan. And today we are looking at the invasion of the Oyo State Secretariat as well as some other security issues and challenges in the country. And doing that with us, before the break, you talked about the fact that there could be complicity on the part of some residents and some people in the state, as well as there could be support. Of course, we know that there's sponsorship from the diaspora, but there could be more support than meet the eye than we know already. If indeed these are true and these are possible, shouldn't we be afraid of, or could we just say we haven't seen the last of such attacks as this?
I don't think that we have actually seen the last of this kind of attack. Don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu is still in the government net, and he's one of the foremost agitators also for the Biafran nation. And the kind of influential people that are behind this tells us that there are more to still happen. And that's what I believe, that the government of Nigeria, must seize this opportunity to get the root cause of what is happening. All the sponsors, whether here in Nigeria, in diaspora, must actually be apprehended, and the government must know what is their yearning. It's not just apprehending them, but getting to know, the yearning. What do they really want? That is making them to engage in this kind of activity. The last time we heard of Dupe Onitiri Abiola was when she was running for the governorship of Lagos State under the platform of I think Accord Party. That was 2015, I guess. So these are not just nobodies. They are influential people. They are connected people, connected here in Nigeria, connected abroad. You will be shocked if the government really decide to investigate this matter. The kind of people, even within Nigeria, within the police, within the military, and within the government appointees that might be mentioned, because the effrontery, the bravery, that these people display, it's more than just being brainwashed. They have strong backings, So if government fails to get to the root of this matter, this is an opportunity that we have to get to the root of this matter. Then I want to say that there's still many things to come from these people.
Still many things to come from these people. Let's open the phone line now so that we can have contributions also from those who are listening right now. Looking at the agitation for self-rule and the sudden invasion of the Oyo State Government Secretariat by the Yoruba Nation agitators. 0805 500 9850 0805 500 9850 is the number to call to be part of this program today.
Now let's look at the person who made this declaration.
Yeah.
The personality of Modupe Onitiri Abiola. This woman who was married or alleged to have been married to someone known as the face of democracy in Nigeria, the acclaimed winner of the first election in Nigeria, Chief MK Abiola. When you look at her and what she represents or who she was married to, do you not think that does this or will this have on this course?
Every nation is guided by constitution, and when
Out Yorubas.
I'm just driving at a point, we have a constitution in Nigeria. It's not a constitution that was made by and for Yoruba people alone. It's for Nigeria, all right? And it says that you cannot threaten treasonable felony. That is how it's going to be treated, you know. But when you also look at what this woman, all right, many Yorubas will want to ask the question if Chidemke Abiola, who we all believe is the face of democracy in Nigeria, you know, is around today, will he will get much support from the breaching the security in the state or in the nation. The response. It is information by and somebody at the other end will pick the call and ask you what agency do you really want? Is it the fire? Is it the police? Is it the foreign army uniforms and the other gadgets, the furnitures and all those? How did they enter Nigeria? It talks about the porosity of our borders. It talks about the state of the custom officers and the immigrations. So government must look into that also, and government must look at some of the weapon against the nation that is felony. So I'm going to advise that please don't do that. Stop it. Don't do that. Stop it. You can write to the governor. You can write to the president. You can, you can even have just like the Udua People's Congress have been doing before. You can have a peaceful protest. Peaceful protest. With tablets indicating peaceful. You can do that. But when it comes to carrying weapons, and raising weapons against nation, we are going to be arrested. Nigerian military is strong, very strong.
ṣé lóòótọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni Tasty chicken flavour ni o tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn èròjà àbáláyé láti sọ gbogbo oúnjẹ tá a ṣe ìdàjẹ́ pọ́nnu lá. Tuba Tasty.
Ó kilẹ̀ létí. Ó bára dọ́gba kì í rin bí ọmọ àwélé ó já gàràgà ní fara olùkọ́ni tètò tó ń retí ròyìn ní yọ̀gbà ajídára bí ìṣù ẹ̀lú fi ká fábẹ́lá tẹ̀ ẹ́. Ìkòkò ọbẹ̀ fún gbogbo ẹlẹgbẹ́ tó kù máa gbọ́ lọ.
ètò ó ń gba yageyage ní ọjọ́ màgbàdúrà pẹ̀lú Kọ́lá Ọmọtọ́ṣọ́ KOB.